Hi guys, LaWanda from Rock Twister Studio here. What we're trying to do is let's get my camera switched over here. This is pretty exciting stuff. Let me see here my thing. Okay, what I've got here is a garnet still in its matrix. So I started out with a rock about this big, and now I am trying to just whittle this down a little bit so I don't have to take the whole stone home with me. And so I'm going to try to do this. I have you guys on a tripod that's really against the ground, so I'm going to try to do this without. And I'm just gently tapping. I'm not whacking. This is my first time to do this, but I've watched a lot of videos. And so what they tell me is to look for rhyolite with holes in it. And so that's what this is. This is a piece of rhyolite. And so got that little garnet in there, and I may have already smacked it pretty hard because it's really shiny and it's got a beautiful color. And so it looks to me like there may be there's another channel there. And so I'm going to try, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to break this whole section here off. And there's lots of little holes. It may be just riddled with other garnets. I like the idea of being able to get it off in the matrix and leaving it that way. I'd like to be able to have those kind of samples for you guys. And so the garnet that I showed earlier, my first garnet that I found, it was just found on the ground. So the garnets wash out of the rocks, they erode out, and that's how they go. And so maybe if I've got a chisel, but man, I don't want to mess up, because it looks to me like another garnet has fallen out there. And so I had a nice flat area I was working with, and so I could look at where. Hang on a second, I got this chisel going. It broke. Okay, so let's look at our dust here. Well, that one's still there. Can you see it? I didn't tag anyone or anything. I didn't even know if it'd let me go live. You know, being hanging off the edge of a mountain here. I really just want to get it smaller so I can take it home. Because I don't know how far I walked. My friend Michael Wheeler gave me some instructions. I'm at the Garnet Hill outside of Eli. I'm going to have to move this away from the camera for a minute. And he gave me some walking instructions. I think I started following them, but I'm really bad with directions. So I have a compass hanging off my backpack, just so I can kind of try to find my way back out. And there was a gully I was supposed to walk down, which I did find and walk down. And so I'm trying to, for a while I lost sight of the gully, and then I ran into a road, and I'm like, oh no. Directionally challenged LaWanda needs to go back the other direction and see if I can find the gully, because, well, this one being my first one in Matrix, I'm going to just leave it like that. So in my trusty backpack, I have my lunch, I have water, and I have an apple, and gallon-sized bags. And so You walk in with a heavy backpack full of water and supplies, and then you consume them, and then walk out with a heavy backpack full of rocks. Which this was straight down. So I left the parking area. If you want to look at the map, it's if you look up Garnet Hill, Nevada. It's just outside of Ely, Nevada. And so that way you can see where I'm actually at. And those of us really close, any of those of you really close to there, if you see smoke signals, it means I can make my way back up the gully. Good thing is that I can always take my time. See, this one has a hole. That's what I'm looking for, is rhyolite that has a hole in it. And so this is a really pretty structure. Look at that. I almost kind of feel bad going to break it, but guess what? I'm going to break it anyway. Because, so, a lot of times you guys see me out rock hounding, and I'm just picking things up off the ground 90% of the time. And I will do that here too. I have been doing that, or looking anyway. But the best way, the ones that, the garnets that are eroded, oh, there is a garnet down in there. See, can you see that? The ones that are eroded out already have their smooth sides and everything. And if you've watched any of my other garnet videos, if you want to go back and watch them, I talk about natural shapes of garnets. And, whoa, hammer to the phone, great. Okay, so here we go. Here's the great reveal. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so there's the garnet in there. It may not be a very high quality one. It may not even be garnet. It may just be a dark spot that we're gonna go ahead and chip that out. Trying to get it to split like right there. So it definitely does got sparkle. It might just be a tiny one. See that? So my phone was at 100% when I started. I'll stay alive as long as I can. Just so it's because it's fun. And it's nice to have somebody to talk to while I'm out here. There's potentially another garnet down in there. Now, where'd our little guy go? Where'd he go? Oh no, where'd he go? Oh no. Where'd he go? Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. That lets me know somebody's there. I don't have a really good connection, so I can't really see comments. I appreciate you watching. Oh, there he is. I didn't lose him. Oh, I so thought I'd lost that garnet. So, if you just came in, we're at Garnet Hill in Nevada. And I've got this tiny little garnet in here. And anyway, that's the tip of him. He may not be so tiny. And so I'm trying to get the matrix, some of the matrix down, so that I don't have to carry so much out. What I'd like to have is, I'd like to have a giveaway. I'm at 7,300 followers this morning. I had a rash of 200 unfollowers this last month, so it's kind of hard to get those numbers up when they start unfollowing. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. I suppose it's good afternoon. I don't know what time it is where you're at. It's a whole different time zone here. And so this little piece of garnet in there, I'm trying to get it out of its matrix a little smaller. And I'd like to give away some garnets and matrix. And if I find some really good specimens, I'll sell some. But we're going to keep him just like he is, because I don't want to crush him. I found a couple of little garnets. One's really orange. It's really pretty. This area is known for its bright red garnets. And some of them are, you know, of course there's some tiny, tiny, tiny. But some of them, I've seen photos of people finding stuff the size of, say, a grape. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going through this hill. And I'm looking for rocks that have holes in them like this. And then that tells me this one's pretty weathered. So it might be easier to crack. I don't know. Some of this, and then this is what you call hard rock mining, I guess. Because they don't just split. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, so see the pink color of that rhyolite? That pink tells me that this rhyolite formed in the same place that the garnets formed. And so all those itty bitty black spots are most likely baby garnets. Maybe they're air holes, some of them. But so it's a good chance that we might find something in there. And so as every once in a while I go through my little tailings, my little break-offs, and see there's those were stones in there. And so they've either already eroded out or broke, or maybe they're right here in this little dust. Because not all of them will be perfect. And so we know we're in the right spot because we've already found a couple. And so also talking to you guys makes me feel a little less like a fool, because there's a chance of all kinds of wild animals up here, and you're supposed to make noise, and it's hard for me to continue to talk to myself out here. I start off like humming a song or something like that, and then I get busy doing what I'm doing and I forget to talk, because you're supposed to keep making your human noises out here, kind of keep the wildlife at bay. Well, that one's not going to break anymore. So that's the pink rhyolite. And this is the gray rhyolite. You see these divots here? That is where large stones have washed out, eroded out. So these are a little easier to crack. And, you know, maybe when they eroded out, they weren't still garnets. They were like, well, they were garnets, but, you know, they were just gone. But so I'm going to try to crack it along this way. I have to bring it away from the camera because I already knocked the camera down once. So I'm swinging. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's probably a 2-pound, 18-ounce rock hammer. This is the first rock hammer I ever had. Eric, my youngest son, bought it for me. So that's how that looked cracked out. Cracked out. Sounds like Beckham County. And so there were little things formed there, but they never finished forming. But so I was all upset a couple years ago that I had left my rock hammer out in my backyard where I'd been cracking rocks, and somebody walked off with it. And I went on, it's been a couple years, I went on this big ass rant. Okay, so we can see this is where, you can even see the shape, that's where a garnet was trying to form, but nothing ever happened. And so right here, that's where the minerals were starting to form. And this kind of shape right here kind of tells me the same thing. So definitely in the right place. Just I have to keep busting rock and going through the whole thing. There's going to be a big, huge pile by the time I'm done. Which is, you know, awesome. All right. I'm gonna, the sun's gone behind the camp clouds, so it makes it really hard to spot anything that we're doing here. And so I'm just gonna leave you guys on and keep talking to you. Might move you around here, let you see. This is a pile that I already cracked through. There's piles over there where either they've washed up or other rockhounds are cracked through. Hi Bree, thanks for coming in. So I know you can't tell because of all the trees. Maybe you can see over there. This is like a big gully wash. And so over there, you see the gully up there? That's where I walked down. It took me about 30 minutes maybe to walk down. And I may have gone down further than Michael's instructions, but I just kept going and I'm good with that. So I can show you really quickly. Sorry, you guys are going to have to live with the Jocelyn because, you know, it's hard to mine and do this. So I found a couple. Let me get my gloves off. Found a couple of rubies. One I have, I kind of think this is really a really nice one that was, it's a twin. Let me see what my camera is. I don't have light, so let me get this all adjusted for us a little bit. Can you see that? Can you say, yes, we can see it, or no, we can't, for me, please, because I don't want to waste your time if you can't see. So this is a garnet that I popped out of Matrix. I didn't film it because I didn't know what I was doing, but it's a nice size garnet, and it's a really dark one. This one, look how black that is. I just found that in the wash here, and that's what made me decide to set here and mine here. That's a nice size garnet. And I got one thing. I've got like 5 here, but I'm not sure if this is not just a piece of rhyolite, but it's exactly the same shape as garnet. So I'll take that home and do something with it, with my little stuff. I'll show you these two at the same time so you can tell. So these are, come off there. These are, the littlest one is the first one that I found. And the second one, the little bit bigger one is the little first one I found. Or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I know it's horrible lighting because the sun is... Oh no, I dropped it. Oh well. Now these are super eroded. And so we'll see. So that's where we're at. And of course we've got these two that are still in Matrix. They're tiny though. I'd like to find a nice big one. That I have one at home that I don't remember where I got it. If I bought it from Kyle or if it was some of the stuff that Ken sent me. But I've got a nice garnet in Matrix that I absolutely adore. It is the size of a small grape. And that's, of course, you know, larger is better. That's always the goal. But so I'll let you guys come around here to the other side. Oops, don't want to lose that. I didn't mean for you to turn around. I actually didn't mean to bring me on the camera, but look, I got a new hat pin. It says Nevada. This one is where I was rockhounding in New Mexico. It's called Rockhound National Park. That was last year or year before last, I think. But I don't actually go into stores, you know, like hang out. This time I've stayed in hotels or with friends the whole trip because of the weather. But it's warmer. It's supposed to be warmer today. It is probably 50 or 60 degrees. It's supposed to get up to 70. It's not supposed to rain. I hope not. It rained the last several days. And I don't mind rock hounding in the rain, but these locations, they're not where you can just drive up to them. This one is very nice, the road, but then you have to hike in. I did make a real big detour. I'll be posting that video. So I asked Google to take me from my hotel to here because it was very well marked, I thought. And I followed Google's instruction and ended up spending an hour, hour and a half climbing up a mountain, which I probably could have. It was Garnet Hill, but it wasn't what I was looking for. And so, yeah, don't trust Google in the mountains ever. And so, yeah, I made that mistake. We flip the camera around and see where we're going from here. The sun's trying to come out. And so, there's blowflies here like the size of a dime. And I am not looking forward to them. I do have a net hat set. It's all one piece that I use, like, a lot of times it's just, let's see, and get you guys in a flat spot. Kind of move you around a little bit. I won't be able to see the screen, guys. Whoa! Laying down on the job here. Oops. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Trying to get it set back up. I should have left it where it was. Bring it back. Okay. Sorry about that. I can't believe I've actually got connection. As soon as the sun's come out, I'm going to go back through my pile here because there may be stuff that you can't see the color too good without the sun. So what I'm doing is I'm going back through here where I did a lot of breaking earlier before I brought you guys in. If the sun comes across, it'll show that you can be able to see the color, and that always helps. So these are rocks that I started breaking and didn't really show any, just dots, didn't have any like other holes appearing. So yeah, that's the pile of rocks that I've already broke. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just going through this, because that really dark one and those two orangey looking ones I found just by doing this. The first one I found there was a glass bottle, broken beer bottle, over off the trail, and I looked over it at it in disgust, and I was all like, oh, I hate when people do shit like that. Well, then something was like all sparkly, and I went around and moved the glass, and there was a garnet under it. Wish I'd thought and brought my battery pack in my backpack. I've got 3 in the car, but so I'm just making me another flat spot to work. I'll hang out in this spot for a little while, and if I don't find some bigger stuff, I might move to a different spot. I don't know. They have a really nice campground here. I mean, it's small, but there's an outhouse, and hi, Jungle Book. Or I guess I can't really see the screen too much. So those of you just coming in, we're digging for garnets. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of trying to make a flat spot. Oh, okay, this is a perfect stone. Okay. Me and my one knee pad, because I put the other one down where I wanted to go back and dig in the desert. I needed to go back to the truck. I can't remember why. And, I needed a bigger bucket. My bucket was full. And, I put my knee pad down because it's hot pink. I thought for sure I'd be able to see it. And I went to the truck. I got it all lined up, I thought. And, no. I couldn't find it. I walked out there for hours trying to find that stupid knee pad. And no, I didn't find it. No. How about buried my hammer? Where's my hammer? So a lot of people ask, do I have a walking stick? This is a metal walking stick, but it also has a scoop on the bottom. It's called, I think it's sold by Kingsley North. And so, you don't have to bend over, or you can get rocks out of the water. It also makes a good whacker. I have a couple of the wooden walking sticks, and they're nice. They're lightweight, but they don't meet my needs the way that does. Okay, so we're going to decide how the flow of the rhyolite. So basically, it was volcanic action and the rhyolite was flowing, and then all this other stuff got tangled up in it. And so you can see here, come on, root. You can see here, right there, where a garnet has popped out of there and there too. So we're going to use this little thing here. Man. Sorry, guys. Hi, Ann. Trying to get the dust off. Sorry about that. So see, there's the shovel. Okay, there's the rock we're going to whack on. So I'm going to try to get you guys where you can see what's going on. And so you can see, because of all the moss grown up there, this already had a natural fracture, which is good because that way we can follow the natural fractures and try to find the garnets. And it's kind of like sandwiched. So I'm just breaking the sandwich layers. Oh. Alright, so that has a little bubble out and a little bubble out. So we're going to break that and see what's inside that bubble. Nothing there. Nope, just a bubble. But that's how the garnet's formed, is in those bubbles. Yeah, it's starting to get warm out here now in direct sun. I'm wearing my hat and long sleeves and gloves. And I have on glasses. Okay. Nothing there yet. I do have a... Thank you, Ann. Thanks for stopping by, babe. I really appreciate it. I can see the sparkles where baby garnets are in there, but nothing big enough I can do anything with. See right here, there's a baby garnet. So those holes there, that tells me that something did form there. bad boy is not wanting to break, is it? Let's try from this side. Nope. So the screen is completely 100% covered with dust. I'll wipe it back off in a minute. Yeah, that is not breaking. And normally, from what I've read, I don't know this to be a fact for myself. Normally, if there is a stone in there, it will fracture there. Nope, it will not break. Not with my mighty little strength anyway. The piece that broke off. Nope. Oh. Whew, it's getting sweaty out here. Well, guys, I'm going to take a break, drink some water, and I will be back live again in a little bit. I'm going to gather us up some material to go through, and off camera, I hit myself in the knee with the hammer, so I'm going to drink some water and probably find some place in the shade for a little bit. I don't even know what time it is, so give me a little while. I'll be back. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for hanging out. Rock on.